like you're gonna stay here in this body, we're going to praise the Lord. So that's how I encourage.
Say that a little louder. Say it again. The people in the back.
Well, the people in the back, you have to speak to that illness. Speak to that illness.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Overcoming Illness. I am your host, Paula Denoncourt, founder and CEO of Enrich Your Health. I am a holistic health consultant. I do one-on-one coaching, group coaching, speaking engagements, and now my own TV show, and this is Overcoming Illness. If you've never seen my show before, I highly suggest you go back and watch some of the replays. So I just want to check one thing here really quick. Just give me one moment. Where is it? There it is. Sorry about that. Anyway, welcome to another edition of Overcoming Illness. I want to thank my sponsor and our monthly supporter, our very first one, Paula Resendez. And she is sponsoring us for the month. So I'm going to talk a little bit about her products, and we'll get to that shortly. But like I said, if you've never seen me before, I've suffered from multiple food allergies myself, which led me to become a health consultant. And I've been doing my business since about 2010. So I help my clients stop suffering and living in pain. Full disclosure, this is not, any advice here is not medical advice, not meant to treat, heal, cure any illness or mitigate any illness. These are my experiences, my guest experiences on the show, if you've seen other shows. And they're for educational purposes only. You may need to check with your doctor. So May is Mental Health Awareness Month. Like I said, if you've not seen my show before, please watch the replays. I've had some amazing guests. Last week we had Paula on the show. She talked about her products that she has to offer and that she is supporting through Trainant. Let me pronounce it right. Trainant supplements. So you can see her information on the screen along with mine. I am looking for guests to be on the show. If you've overcome an illness or you're going through an illness, or you're a spouse, a mom, doctor, nurse, chiropractor, whatever, any alternative practitioners, non-alternative practitioners, an apostle, a pastor, prophet, it doesn't matter. If you have witnessed people be ill, help them with their illness, still are helping them with their illness, we need your stories. We need to know how they're coping. What are they doing? We need to share that. People need hope, which brings me back to my topic tonight. May is Mental Health Awareness Month. It's also Lyme Disease Awareness Month, which is why you see a little bit of the green, which I'm a very, very big advocate for. But today I'm going to focus a lot on mental health. We're going to talk about it spiritually, and we're going to talk about it in the natural, like what can you do with, your diet alone to help you with your mental health. So right now, more than ever, mental health is an issue. It's getting more and more prevalent. More and more people have some issues with their mental health. So I'm going to give you some tips tonight, spiritually and naturally, like what you can do with your diet to help a little bit of that. Like I said, this is not to cure you. You may need a doctor. That's perfectly fine. I'm not saying you don't. These are just some tips to help you if you are going through something, or maybe your kids are going through something. Maybe your parents are going through something. So I'm going to share some things that I've witnessed, and then maybe this will help you, help your friends, help your family, whoever it might be, even if it's not yourself. And then, yes, I am going to talk a little bit about Paula and her products and how those can help too. So we are going to talk a little bit about all that kind of stuff. So this morning, I was on the Prophet's Corner with Prophet Keith Douglas, and he talked about a few things. Um, and this will make you laugh, but when we're about to get our blessings, guess what happens? We get spiritual warfare. And if those of you who don't know what spiritual warfare is, it just means, oh, I don't know, like say you get a check in the mail for $1,000. Woohoo, I got $1,000. Yay. Your car breaks down. There goes that $1,000. Spiritual warfare is a thing. So we have to learn how to speak better over our lives, whether it's over our money, our finances, whether it's over our mind, or even our health. We need to speak better. So I'm also going to give you another example. I'm tired of getting bills in mail. So I turned around and I said, you know what? I'm going to bless my mailbox. I prayed over my mailbox. I said, this mailbox is going to receive more checks to me than it does bills. And I got a letter. This is really going to make you laugh. I got a letter from my bank saying that something about the overdraft fees and there's some kind of settlement. I got $1.79 refunded to me. But let me tell you, there's more where that came from. So I am not knocking it. It's funny, but I'm not knocking it. I'm going to say there's more where that came from. So you've got to do that. Pray over your mailbox. Pray over your bank accounts. Pray over your whatever you've got. 401k, whatever you've got. Mutual funds. Pray over that stuff. Just start speaking life into things. I have some notes here. So he called it instead of spiritual warfare, he called it the mafia. So every time we're about to get a blessing, the mafia shows up. So we need to know how to take the sword of God and just with our words start speaking so that you don't have to worry about it. So one of the things he told us to do, and once again, this is Prophet Keith Douglas, is an amazing mentor and friend, and highly, highly suggest you come onto our calls on Sunday mornings. And if you want to, please let me know. You can get in touch with me by Instagram Messenger, Facebook Messenger, or you could text me and I can give you the information. My phone number is on the screen, but if you're listening, it's 508-330-9665. I'd be more than happy to give you the information. We're on every Sunday morning, 8 a.m. Eastern time, a little after 8. Anyway, he was just saying how the mafia always kind of shows up every time you're about to get a blessing. So another example that he gave us, say you do get, a bill that you weren't expecting. Say you have a medical bill, something, whatever it is, your car breaks down, whatever it is. Well, then you just say, God, I thank you for the extra $300 or the extra $1,000 this week to be able to pay for that car repair. God, I thank you. Thank you for giving me the increase this week so I can pay for that medical bill. God, I thank you. So you just have to change your words instead of, oh, no, not another bill. Have we all done it? Yes. And this is where that mental health comes in. It's getting your mind right. It's getting your words right. We have to learn to do that. I'm guilty too. Don't get me wrong. But this is how we get into this depression, because we keep speaking to it and expecting another bill. Well, then another bill comes in because you're expecting it. You're expecting the shoe to drop. You're expecting a problem. It's going to come because you're thinking it. Stop thinking it. Use your words to fight the mafia. You've got backup. Another very good friend of mine and another mentor of mine is Dr. Felix Anderson. And he's always says, God's got us. I lack nothing. I have benefits. Those are all his words constantly. And it's true. God's got us. We lack nothing. There's no lack in the kingdom. You have to realize that. So he talked a little bit about that. And then another woman talked this morning too about fear. A lot of times things happen in our lives and we fear the next step, the next process, whatever, or assignment, whatever it is. Maybe you lose your job. Maybe you're getting evicted. Maybe you're going through a tornado. There's a lot of those going on. Whatever it is, a hurricane. And now you have to move. Now you have to find another job. Now you have to find another house, another apartment, whatever. Your car is just not going to make it anymore. You need a new car. Whatever it is, look at it differently. Stop thinking, woe, woe is me, and start thinking, oh, wow, God's got something better for me. I can't wait to see what it is. I said this morning, and I'm saying it now, I just came back from a walk. They're having a beautiful open house across the lake at this little wine cottage. I love it here. It's peaceful. I love it. It's beautiful. But I don't want to get too attached. I don't know if God has somewhere else for me to go. And if so, I don't want to fear it. I want to know maybe it's even better than this. Imagine that. Another prophet just posted today. He posted, he's got this beautiful mansion all of a sudden. Beautiful, right? He's making decent money and God's given him this beautiful gift. He heard in his spirit today, don't get too attached. I got something even bigger and better waiting for you. Can you imagine? He just got this beautiful estate. It's gorgeous. But he has something better than that. So, yes, things really suck. There's no other way around it when stuff happens. But like, for example, I got in a car accident. Well, I got a better car after that. It sucks when it happens, yes. But look at the bigger picture. And this is how we can get our mind right. This is how mental health comes into play. We get very caught up in what we don't have. And let me tell you, this is where I'm noticing it getting, what's the word I want? Stronger. I answer phones for grocery stores, and I'm noticing a lot of people are just getting very angry that they can't get what they want. I can't get my ice cream. Why can't I get my ice cream? I don't understand. Why? I can't. I don't understand. I want it. I want it now. And I'm saying to myself, like when I suffered from multiple food allergies, I had to pivot. I couldn't eat things I wanted to eat. I couldn't have it. I had to pivot. I had to just try something else. Start getting that mindset. We don't know what's coming down the line. There might be a lot more stuff that's just out of stock. Try something new. Did you ever think maybe that's divine intervention? All those chemicals and all that crap you're eating in that ice cream, that might be playing with your minds. That's another thing we'll talk about. It's making you gain weight, and gaining that weight is causing you to have diabetes, high blood pressure, whatever, different illnesses, bad knees, bad back because you have all this weight on you. I don't know, but maybe it's divine intervention that you can't get that ice cream anymore. Maybe it's time to change your ways. Look at things differently, not why can't I have, why can't I? I've done it too, and I still do it once in a while. I'm not perfect, but I'm learning. I'll just say that. I'm learning. So Prophet Douglas was saying it's the mafia that kind of comes in and tries to, fight with you, if you will, every time you're about to get your blessings. And we need to know how to fight back. God's got us. He also said we're in the, going along with the mafia, we're in the witness protection program. And that's the kingdom. We are in the witness protection program. We've got protection. God's got our back. So that's kind of the spiritual side of mental health. we keep forgetting that God, he's got us, you know. We have all this fear, you know, and what if I can't stay here? What if everything's what if? But God's got us. He's got something better. You know, what if you lose your job tomorrow? Well, maybe it's meant for you to start your own business. Maybe you just need a few side hustles and that will sustain you. And maybe that's what you're meant to do. Or maybe you're meant to just go to work somewhere else for more money. I don't know. But in Prophet Anise, or Pastor Anise, Prophet Anise, she's taught us something similar. Look at your job too as, why are you there? What's the assignment for the job that you're at? Are you meant to connect with certain people? Are you meant to have certain skill set while you're there? I know mine's patience. Patience. And don't get me wrong, the way God speaks through me to some of the customers, I know he's using me for that. Maybe not all, definitely not all. But just certain things that, comes out of me to them. That's my assignment, So ask God, what is your assignment? Who am I meant to connect to here? How am I going to connect to them? So just, ask God why you're there. Because let's face it, not all of us love 9-to-5 jobs. They can be very tiring and exhausting and not so fulfilling. But when you look at it a different way, why are you there? What's the other reason besides a paycheck and to pay the mortgage, to pay the rent, to pay for food? There's more than that. You can find plenty of ways to do that, but you might have an assignment at that job. So ask God, what is it? The other thing you can do, going back to mental health, say you have a job position, you just can't, you're tired of that same position. It's wearing you out. Is there something else you could do in the company with the skill set that you have? There might be something better for you to do. Like, for instance, I worked in a prison for 22 years as a dispatcher. Worked 3 to 11 a lot of years. It was killing my health. My health was deteriorating. I was almost 6 feet under. If you've never seen any of my shows that talk about how it almost killed me, there's just no doubt around it, because I was so stressed out. It was really taking a toll on my health. So I changed job positions. I became an administrative assistant for 6 years until I got shipped back to dispatch because of budget cuts. But I did something about it. So I didn't just stay in dispatch forever and ever and ever. I had to switch job positions in the same company. Now, did I try to find a job somewhere else? Heck yeah. But it wasn't happening. So this was my other solution. So when your mind wants to go, to depression, suicide, whatever it is, there might be some things you can do to shift that. Another thing that used to happen in the prison all the time, it was negative. I didn't even realize how negative it was until I left. People would come in the room and it was, this sucks. I hate this job. I was doing it. I hate this job. I hate it here. No. How can you shift that? What can you, there were times I would shift the conversation. I can't remember what I would say, but as time went on, like the second time around, I went back to dispatch, I would try to find ways to shift the conversation instead of just how bad things are. Another thing people would say is, oh, another day, another dollar. Where else are you going to go? What else am I going to do? Very it was just negative. We got sucked in because there were good benefits there. I called it the black hole because there were such good benefits you never wanted to leave. When I left, I had a half a year's worth of sick time. That's pretty good. So the benefits were just incredible. So just sometimes the benefits aren't worth it though if you're going to be 6 feet under pretty soon, right? So those are some things. Other things you can do in the natural. Partial changing your mindset. What else? I'm trying to think. So if it is your job, you can't change job positions. You can't find another job. You're not good at starting your own business just yet. It's not something for you. Just do some things that make you feel good. Maybe going out for a walk. I love walking. I don't care. I loved it when I was in Massachusetts. I love it here. One of my prayers was, God, wherever you take me, let there be a good place to walk. And I can't get any better than this. This is a beautiful lake to walk around. So I love walking. That's my thing. Go for a walk. If you don't have a good neighborhood to walk in, you can walk in a hospital. You can walk in a mall. They have like walking clubs and malls. If walking's not your thing, well, what is? Do you like gardening? If you don't have if you can't do outdoor gardening, maybe you could do some containers. There's indoor gardening you can do. I've got some aero gardens behind me. Maybe you just like to do crafts, do some painting. Maybe there's a lot you can do on the computer. You could just play around on the computer and do crafty stuff. Learn a new skill, just something to relax and change your mind. You're not thinking about how bad everything is. Another thing you can do, talk about how bad everything is, and I'm guilty too, social media. Social media is the new keeping up with the Joneses, right? Some people call Facebook fake book. Because people will post, like, hey, this is, my new car. This is whatever, oh, we went to Aruba. Oh, but you don't see the part where maybe they fought the whole time or whatever it is, you know what I mean? But, and especially in business, we can get that comparative-itis, in business, like, oh, how are they making it? How are they making so much money? And blah, blah, blah. And you know what? We don't know if they really are. They say they are, but are they really? And, are they as good as they say they are? Are they, we don't know, they're telling you this. And for all my business friends, I love you. But there's plenty of people out there that are faking it. They are faking it and nobody knows the wiser. I've had a lot of bad coaches, I'm not going to lie. So I just wanted to put that out there. Don't let social media depress you because somebody says, oh, I'm making $2,100 in 2 hours, or I'm making $1,000 in an hour, whatever. Or I got this, I got that. But one thing I am noticing with these people that are saying stuff like that, they are consistent. And when I say consistent, it's like, what's the word I want? They are on social media constantly. They're on every couple hours, if not more. Not everybody can do that. Kudos to them. I give them all the credit in the world. Maybe not every single coach, don't get me wrong. Some are very established. Some don't have to do that, hustle every couple hours. But some of them, that's why they're making big bucks. That's why they're doing really well. They're on different platforms all the time. I mean, I see, there's like one that's on Clubhouse. He's on all the time on Clubhouse. Now he's on TikTok. I'm talking hours upon hours. he's not the only one. You know, I see other people on TikTok or whatever it is. You know, every couple hours they come on, they're live, they come on, they're live, and then they hustle. They're selling something or they're getting, you know, some money some way, whatever. So don't get caught up with that. It's very easy to get depressed seeing how well these people are doing, but you don't realize what they're putting in to get where they're at. It's a lot of hours, a lot of learning, a lot of investment. They might have spent a lot of money too to get where they are. Spent money in courses and other coaches. So don't get caught up in that. You know, whatever it is, like what if it's a business thing or if it's just, you know, just because somebody says they're doing well, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, I don't care. You're you. God made you. What is it? What is your skill set and who can you help? And don't worry about all the other stuff. Don't let that get in your head. You know, we have the mind of Jesus Christ. So you put your hands on your head and you just say, I have the mind of Jesus Christ. That's another thing you can say is, God, thank you for the strategies today to receive currency. That was Prophet Anise gave us that one. So ask him, thank you for the strategies. Thank you for the blueprint to receive currency today so I can be a blessing to bless others. Because we want to be able to bless others. It's not just about what we can make just to pay the bills, just to get by. We want to be big givers. I mean, you know, I don't know what the scripture is, but you always hear, I am the head, not the tail. I am the lender, not the borrower. Well, I'm changing that scripture to I am the giver, not the borrower. I want to be able to give. And not only do I want to be able to give, but I want to teach that person. Like, you know how they always say, you can give a person a fish or you can teach them how to fish. I want to teach them how to fish. I want to teach people. If I can't do it myself, I want people to be in my circle that can help me teach others. I don't want to just give somebody $100 to help them pay the rent. I want to give somebody $100 and show them how to take that 100 and turn it into 1,000. Just like I got that $1.79 in my mailbox, I want to know how I can make that turn into 100 to 1,000 so I can bless 1,000 people. That's what I want. So these are the things you've got to think of in your mind. Don't think of that $1.79 as just $1. How can you make that 1,000? Well, I have to declare it. I have to decree it. It is going to be 1,000. If I sow it, if I sow $1.79 to somebody, I'm going to say that $1.79 is the seed to turn into 1,000, a million, a billion, whatever it is. So you have to do this for yourself. This is how you're going to change your mind. So let me look at my notes. Oh, here's another one. When I went to the School of New York School of Integrative Nutrition, we had Barney Siegel. And Barney Siegel, he's an amazing person, famous person. He wrote books on illness and different things. And he told us this story how a guy was told he only had 2 weeks to live. And he wound up dying. Well, they found out later that the tests were wrong. I think it was cancer. Don't mark my words if you follow Bernie Siegel. But I think it was cancer. I think they told me he had cancer, but the tests were wrong, and he didn't have cancer. But he wound up dying because he believed it. It was a curse in his head that he was told he was going to die. Stop believing all these curses. The book, The Four Agreements, talks about things like that. They also have the Fifth Agreement now. I've not read that one, but it talks about stuff like that. How we grow up with these, it's almost like a curse, like over our head. You're never going to amount to anything. Is that all you're going to do? Is that, you know, Oh, you'll never, especially with business, family and friend, people just don't, they know you for who you were. So it's hard for them to grasp something different. So you're going to hear, like, you'll never make any money doing that. You're never going to make it. All these curses, get those out of your head. If God is showing you to do something, there's a reason he's showing you to do it. And just start doing it. It may not happen overnight. Believe me, I know. But just start doing it. It's what you're meant to do. Don't worry about what anybody else thinks. Don't worry about it if you make mistakes. We're all human. We're going to make mistakes. This stuff isn't easy. But those are some things that I really wanted to mention on mental health, because we get caught up in so many things. Catching up, trying to keep up with the Joneses, trying to keep up with all the social media and being just like everyone else. Having all these followers, having all these likes and all this stuff. Let me tell you something. It doesn't matter if you only reach one person. That's what God wanted. It doesn't matter. So stop worrying about 9,000 followers and 9,000 likes and $9,000. As long God is showing you what to do. So stop worrying about it. Stop. We got to take that worry into faith and just give it to God. He's giving it to us. Give it to Him. So with that, I'm going to take a brief commercial and show you a little bit about our sponsor's product, and this is called Enrich. So we're going to just take a brief commercial break, and I'm just going to show you a little of that. All right, and we are back. So let me just tell you a little bit about that. Enrich, what that does is it breaks down the food that you eat. If you can't break it down, most of us are eating too much cooked food, and we're not digesting the food we eat. So this Enrich will help you digest the food that you can't digest. And guess what that does? That's going to help you lose weight, believe it or not. It's going to help reduce some of the weight that's around your midsection. Like I said, nothing meant to treat, heal, or cure. We can't make any promises, but it could help with something like that. So, in that, believe it or not, by getting your gut right, that also clears your mind. So, which brings me, we talked a lot about the spiritual. We could go even further and talk about what goes down our bloodline, generational curses, and all of that. And that's huge too. But we're not going to go that far and that deep into it. I want to get into the part about the food, environmental, chemicals, different things like that. So for one, let's just talk about like the winter. And you'll have to excuse it. The sun's kind of starting to go down. You have to excuse the lighting. It's a little bit kind of, let's see if that helps. Okay. Anyway, so in the winter, like I moved from Massachusetts to North Carolina because I wanted to be where it's warmer. I like the warmth, and that makes me happy. That makes me joyful. Like I said, I went for a walk a little while ago. Love walking. Love it when it's nice out. I am so much happier. Now, like in Massachusetts, it's cold a lot more often, right? So you're inside more. You're more of a hermit. You don't go out as much. Not everybody. Some people can handle that. That's not everybody. Like the winter, and even here we get, it gets dark earlier in the winter. That can make you a little bit depressed, a little bit, when you're not getting sunshine. Sunshine can really make a difference in making a person happy. So you need to get some sunshine. And some of these tips are in my ebook, my digital ebook, on my website, enrichyourhealth.com, ENRICHURHEALTH.com. You can get that in the store, and it's totally free. So some of these tips are there. Just by drinking water, that's going to clear your brain a little bit, clear your mind, so you have more clarity. That can be helpful just by getting water in. It gives you more energy. You're going to feel better. Let's talk about chemicals. Chemicals can wreak havoc on your brain. From all the products you use in the house, from bleach to the shampoo to soaps, toothpaste, fluoride. If you're still using fluoride in your toothpaste, please stop. And these products from Tranon actually has an amazing toothpaste. So if you have some sort of autoimmune issue or something like that, highly suggest you use their toothpaste. Because it's really, really, what's the word I want? I don't know, just good product. And I'll go over some of that in a little bit. What other chemicals? I don't know. The dishwashing liquid, dishwasher soap, all that stuff is we absorb it and it gets in our brain. It can contribute to having issues in your brain or mental health. Another thing is if you eat meat. Do you know if that animal was sick and now they cut up the meat and you eat it, you are more susceptible to getting an illness like that animal had. Some even say we take on the fear that they had before they were killed. So I don't know about that, but that's just something to think about. How like they know they're about to get killed. So when we eat the meat, like that energy, whatever is in the meat, and that's why we get like a little bit of anger issues, things like that from the meat. Like I said, I don't know, mad cow's disease, all that stuff. There might be a relation. And of course, you're not going to feel well from eating that, right? There's all kinds of chemicals in our food. Read the book Fast Food Nation by Eric Schlosser. I think it's S as in Sam, C as in cat, H as in Harry, L as in Larry, O as in Oscar, S as in Sam, S as in Sam, E-R. I believe that's how it's spelled. Eric Schlosser, Fast Food Nation. That's eye-opening. It talks about all the different chemicals that were in the foods, going from McDonald's to Wendy's, all these, fast food places over the years. Some of them, were made in like perfume factories and all this stuff. We are just eating so many chemicals in our foods, and that's affecting our brain. All these processed foods are going to our brain, makes us depressed, tired. I talked about this on the last show. Do you know that birth control can deplete B vitamins? So you can get, really, really depressed because your B vitamins are depleted. That not getting enough B vitamins can contribute to depression, anxiety, all that kind of stuff. And a lot of these kids, especially kids, they're getting put on all kinds of medicine like Ritalin and things like that. And again, not medical advice. Please don't take it as medical advice. You still need to seek a doctor. But they're putting these kids that have a lot of anxiety on meds or even depression. And all they need is the right types of vitamins and minerals. It's a deficiency. And it can be, sometimes it has to do with their protein intake. Believe it or not, I found that out from somebody at a health fair. I was like, what? It was the kid didn't have the right protein intake, and he had anger issues. It can be a B vitamin deficiency. All kinds of things can contribute to our brain. Dementia, Alzheimer's, all can be B vitamin deficient related. I will say that. If it was only B vitamin deficiency, I think we'd have a cure. But it can be related. It can, Parkinson's, all related because it affects the nervous system. So those are some things. A lot of times people that are depressed, suicidal, they find people that are in the same boat. Birds of a feather flock together. I'm going to say that's okay. I get it. You want people to understand you. But you also want people that can lift you up, that can cheer you on, that can not talk down to you. For instance, just if you want to be a millionaire, you've got to hang around with millionaires. How do they think? What are they doing today? How are they running their businesses? Because they have more than one. But if you're hanging around with somebody who's depressed just like you all the time, you're just going to be sitting on the phone for hours and saying, yeah, I don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. And I've been there. I have been there. When I worked at the jail, I'd say, oh, here comes Eeyore. Eeyore from Winnie and the Pooh. Oh, the sun's out, but yet there's a few clouds. I think it's gonna rain. Like that. That's Eeyore. So you want to just keep that in mind, So the food we eat, processed food, sugar can be a depressant. Some take food as love. I worked with a woman, not as a client. This was a coworker. Food was love to her. She hated me because I wouldn't eat her food most of the time. Well, I had food allergies. I couldn't eat it. They would have, I don't know, steak, pork chops for breakfast, and then like spaghetti for lunch. This was all within 2 hours. Just constant food all the time. Donuts, pastry, food. And if you didn't eat it, she didn't like you because that was a rejection to her. It wasn't that I was rejecting her. I just couldn't eat it. But that was love to her. Even the man she was with, all she would talk about, food. He loves my French fries. He loves my this, my that. That was just her. Food was love to her. And it can be in a lot of cases. So that's something also to think about with the mind. We take food as, this goes back to the grocery store, right? Taking all these calls. Why can't I have it? I want my ice cream. It's filling some sort of a void. I can't think of her name right now. Oh, it's off the tip of my tongue. But there's a famous person that says something like that. What are you really hungry for? Is what's missing in your life. Are you lonely? You don't have a significant other, or maybe money's an issue. Whatever it is, we take food as a void, or it's a habit. You know, you're watching TV, what can you eat? I know I love to crunch something at night. It's a downfall. Now, of course, I've learned to trade it for a healthier version than potato chips. I'll eat like organic quinoa chips or something. But I need to get rid of that habit altogether. Have I done it yet? Somewhat. I don't do it every night, but it's still there. It's filling some sort of void. You know, I live by myself. It's, and habit of watching something and eating something, So I met a person once a couple years ago through Clubhouse, and she said her way of not eating, like to fill a void, was to pray. She would read her Bible and pray and get with the Father. And if you can do that, I highly suggest it. If you have an issue, filling that void and eating garbage, eating ice cream, eating chips, eating cookies, whatever it is, then fill that void with the Bible if you can. I highly, highly suggest it. I thought that was just an amazing thing to do. So, and she did have issues with being overweight at one time. So that was her way of coping with it. So like I said, find people that are going to lift you up. Find groups where you can do stuff together, not the whoa, always me groups. Do something fun. There's so many groups out there now. I don't know if they still do meetups. Go on meetups, go on Eventbrite, find something that's fun that you can get out and just have some joy and not just put the TV on or social media. That is going to depress you to death. All they keep talking about is this doom and gloom. Oh, we're going to go to war. Oh, we're not going to have any money. Oh, this, oh, that. Biden gave more money to this. And it is so depressing. Of course, people want to shoot themselves. I'm sorry. I don't mean to say that, but you've got to stop watching all that stuff and letting it get to you. That's what they want. It's just psychological warfare, and that goes back to the mafia coming after our minds. So, it's we can't look at life that way. We've got an amazing generation coming up. And hopefully they're going to start taking over our government and things will start to get better. But they're not, it's going to be a fight for a little while. And we just have to buckle up and help each other and not just get depressed about it. And that, the other thing I didn't talk about was replaying old tapes in your head. That kind of goes back to the book, The Four Agreements, or the Fifth Agreement. I haven't read that one yet. Get rid of those old tapes in your head. Just because somebody says you're shy doesn't mean you have to be shy for the rest of your life. Just because somebody said you're never going to amount to anything doesn't mean you're never going to amount to anything. Get rid of those old tapes in your head. So I want to go over back to the food a little bit and some of the supplements from our sponsor, because they can be really, really helpful for you. And again, not medical advice. Please work with your doctor. But they can be really helpful for you. So I want to talk a little bit about how important it is to get the right foods to get your mind in a healthy state. I used to eat like crap, and I ate a lot of junk, and I was depressed a lot of the time. It was the food I was eating. I ate a lot of I had Frosted Flakes for breakfast. I had cookies for breakfast when I was old enough to choose what I wanted. Mom wouldn't have never let me have that. I would have Entenmann's Danishes for breakfast. So of course I was depressed all the time. All the sugar, it was causing total depression on me. So change your diet. That's first and foremost. Get more greens in your diet. Greens. Not grains, greens, like leafy greens. More spinach, more lettuce, more kale. You will start to see a difference when you stop eating as much sugar, and getting more greens in will help you from craving as much sugar. So you want to do that. Less chemicals in your diet. Get less processed foods, the junk food. You'll find when you start to eat healthier, it's going to change what you're craving. And your budget will thank you, believe it or not. Even though healthy food's expensive, you're not going to be buying all the crap you used to buy. So I wanted to mention that. If you can't find a group to hang around with, I say make your own table. Make a group, meet once a week. If you can't meet locally, then do it online. I highly suggest you get out in the community, but if you can't, maybe you're ill, maybe that's hard for you, maybe a little bit introverted, but you still want to hang around some people, then yes, then do make a group online. So those are some things. So I want to talk about, so we talked about the food, we talked about the environment. Last but not least, the supplements. So let me show you some supplements here that our sponsor offers. All right, so the first one is Focus. Oh, that's not coming up. Why isn't it coming up? All right, well, I can't show my pictures. I thought I could. Maybe I can do this. Let me see. All right, so the first one was Focus. So I just put up that for a minute. So I'm going to go over a couple things with that. Focus is the B vitamin. So it's a vitamin B complex. It increases daily focus and energy. Supports cognitive and immune health. B vitamins influence the production of energy within cells naturally without the addiction, jitters, or withdrawals. So that has in it, Focus helps bring back the vitality you need to perform any physical or mental activity in your peak state, helping you to sharpen your mind, think clearly, and enhance mood. So B vitamins, and this has more than just B vitamins. It helps benefit the body in a variety of ways. It helps support psychological function, metabolize sugar, fat, support the immune system, help heighten clarity and mental focus, enable longer lasting concentration. So that can help with that, like dementia-like issues, like we talked about. It also plays a major role in enzyme activity and making Focus an ideal complement to other daily supplements, so like the regular vitamins and Enrich. It has green leaf tea extract, niacin, mental clarity blend, vitamin B12, biotin, folate, thiamine. Let me see what else is here. It has lion's mane mushroom, yerba mate, ginkgo biloba, which is good for memory, D-May, rhodiola, I don't know what this is, huperzine A, ideal for mental clarity. So it doesn't just have B vitamins in it, but it is great for giving you energy, helping with the clarity of your mind, all of that. And like I said, B vitamins can help with the nervous system. So if you have like an autoimmune issue, you would want something like that. So if you're interested in any of these supplements, you would get in touch with Paula. Her information's on the screen. It's www.tranont, Tranont, T as in Tom, R as in Roger, A as in Apple, N as in Nancy, O as in Oscar, N as in Nancy, T as in Tom.com. www.tranont.com and then / her name, Paula Resendez, and then it's Paula RES as in Sam, E as in Echo, N as in Nancy, D as in dog, E as in Echo, S as in Sam. So it's www.tranont.com / Paula Resendez. And you can always get in touch with me if you are interested as well. So that's one product. Let's see, we have a few minutes, so let me show you the next one. Okay, so the next one I just showed you is Balance. And that is their multivitamin. Boosts immunity, improves digestion, enhances energy levels. And that has a lot. Let me see. Try and find something here. So just a brief synopsis. It has microbiome food blend, vitamin A, C, E, cellular health blend, resveratrol, shiitake mushroom, which is great for the immune system. It has a blend of over 40 natural vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants to support your lifestyle and fill in the gaps where your diet is lacking. So a lot of us are not absorbing our nutrients, so these supplements will help you tremendously. Like I said, vitamin mineral deficiency is huge. And I'm going to show you one more before we wrap it up. Give me one moment. Okay, so the last one I just showed you is a little bit about the Tranont products that our sponsor is monthly sponsor is advertising, I guess I could say. These are health and beauty products made to work together to elevate you every day. They are designed to be highly effective and provide results that can be easily felt and seen. We believe that Only by sourcing premium ingredients are we able to achieve that goal. And while their formulation process is rigorous, it guides their commitment to creating superior products that deliver the benefits you need at the quality your body deserves. So I wanted to point this out. You know, somebody mentioned to me earlier that they take a vitamin, and that vitamin happens to be one a day. I've said this before. Things like that, vitamins like that, I'm sorry, but you're pissing them in the river. Please excuse my language, but you are. It just goes in the river. If you look up research, they have shown that a lot of the supplements that we take go right in the river. You need something good that your body can absorb. You need a good quality. These products have no parabens, no phthalates, BHA, BHT, no gluten, which is huge, no harmful colors, no harmful fragrances. So they have really, really good quality. Stop spending $20 at Walmart or Target or wherever and get or CVS, get a good quality supplement or supplements, and check with your doctor, especially if you're ill. We talked about this before. I don't care how good something is. Sometimes it's not good for your body. So just make sure you check with your doctor. So that's it. I just wanted to point that out. Get your mind right. I hope that helps you with your mental health, with you, your kids, your family, your friends. I hope this helps you to help them and yourself. So if you want to know any more about these products, please get in touch with me. You can reach me by Facebook Messenger, Instagram Messenger, or text me. We can set up a time to talk, and then I can get you in touch with Paula. And I'm looking for more guests for the show, and I'm looking for more sponsors. We are going to be booking for June. So let me know if you're interested, or you could just be in the business spotlight, and I'll let you know more about that. So reach out to me. And one last thing, I do offer business funding. So if you need funding for a business that you're in, please let me know, and we will get you funding for your business. And I will give you all the information about that. So with that, if you're a doctor, a chiropractor, I need you. I have recipes that I can customize for your clients, your patients. Please reach out to me. Or if you just want to be on the show, reach out to me. We will see you next Sunday. Thank you, everybody. Have a good week.